What's going on, everyone? Today I'm going to be doing a video talking about the ownership costs on my high mileage 2008 Saab 9.3 Turbo X. I purchased this car 1 year ago, pretty much on this date exactly almost. I purchased it from Boston, Massachusetts, and I had it shipped back here to where I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I bought it with 171,000 miles on it, and it now has 178,836 on it. So I've put almost like 7.5, almost 8,000 miles on it in 1 year. It hasn't been my daily driver really this past year, so that's why it doesn't have more miles I put on it, and because it's already high mileage, I'm not trying to daily drive it. But over these 7,000 to 8,000 miles of ownership, I want to go over the money I've spent on the car. In this video, I won't be talking about my Corona exhaust or my DO88 intercooler or anything else that I've done in this car performance-wise. I'm going to be talking about maintenance things like oil changes and things that broke on the car in the past year. So I have this maintenance sheet here. Every time I do work on the car, I write it down on here. So most of the stuff on here is actually the performance modifications I've done, but there are a few things that have actually gone wrong that I will talk about right now. And if you guys are looking for a full comprehensive list of all the modifications I've done in this car, both prior to my ownership and since I've owned it, go ahead and check the video out in the top corner right here, and I'll mention all those verbatim one by one in that video. So like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I got this car in Massachusetts. So when I got it, I had it shipped out here, and it actually had snow tires on it, or winter tires on it. So 110 degrees in the summer here in Phoenix, snow tires or winter tires aren't really the best idea. So the first thing I did was I got new tires. Now I don't know if this really technically qualifies as a maintenance cost or not, but it does make up the vast majority of money I've actually spent on this car in maintenance. So that was about $800. The tires that are on it are Continental Control Contact Sport ASs. They've been pretty good so far. I really like them. They came with like a 50,000 mile warranty on them or something like that. So that's really the big reason why I went with these. Kind of went in Michelin's, but they also had a rebate going on with these at the same time. So after the tires, I had a cross-wheel drive service done and an oil change, and together I took it to a shop for both of those because I couldn't do the cross-wheel drive service myself. And those together cost about $250. I'm gonna go ahead, open up the garage, get some more light in here. I don't know why I didn't do that already. But next on my list of repairs for this car was a new radiator. When I was installing my DO88 intercooler, we accidentally messed up the radiator that was in there. It wasn't broken before, so we had to buy a new one. So that was about $250 from Saab parts. So that was again another instance of something not being wrong with the car, but just something that happened to break while I was doing other work and needed to be replaced. After the radiator, a few months went by and it was time for another oil change, so that cost me about $70 for the Mobil 1 0W40 and the filter, which the filter was like 20 bucks. It was actually fairly expensive. So this brings me to my next maintenance cost, which is the Serpentine belt and the coolant gaskets that I recently replaced. All those gaskets together and O-rings and the Serpentine belt, which there were 3 gaskets and O-rings total, that was all about $40. So not very expensive, and the Serpentine belt didn't need to be done, but since I was already down there and I could see the Serpentine belt wasn't in perfect shape, I decided why not do it while I'm here. I also replaced the expansion tank while I was doing that too, because while I was doing the DO88 coolant hose install, I accidentally broke the sensor that goes inside the expansion tank. It kind of like broke off, and basically it would give me a false error in the car every time I started it. So again, something that was broken by my stupidity. So adding all of those things together, I've spent about $1,460 roughly. That's not, of course, an exact amount, but roughly $1,460 on this car in the past year for maintenance and other things. But if you look back at all the things I mentioned in this video, you'll notice that all of them were just maintenance. Like there were 2 oil changes, there was a cross-wheel drive service, there was the tires, and the only things that broke were 3 things actually. 2 of them were my fault, one being the radiator, the other being the expansion tank, but the only thing that's been the car's fault for breaking were those bad coolant gaskets, which is a common problem on these V6s. If you take out things that I broke myself, like the radiator, the expansion tank, and you take out something like the tires, which of course isn't something that's going to need to be done on a yearly basis. So we'll say the 2 oil changes, the cross-wheel drive service, and the coolant gaskets that went wrong. I spent like $350, $400 on this car for just maintenance and keeping it running on the road, which is that's really, really good. So outside of this nagging coolant problem that I guess I'm still going to have to be dealing with, it looks like it was leaking again yesterday when I pulled it out, which again is probably something of my own fault when I repaired it. It's been a great car, and I'm really satisfied with it. So with that being said, guys, I think once I get everything squared away with this coolant leak once and for all, I'll probably do a driving review, like a 1-year review, and talk about not only the maintenance costs, but talk about like my thoughts on the car after 1 year, and just give like a big general overview of what I think of the car after owning it for 1 year. And I really have very, very, very few complaints. So with that being said, guys, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you're looking to buying a V6 Saab, or a Turbo X specifically, or a cross-wheel drive Saab, and you're looking at maintenance costs, as long as nothing breaks, and usually it'll break because you do something stupid or you don't do the cross-wheel drive service, you're not really looking at crazy expensive amounts of repairs on these cars. It goes to show that this was well taken care of before I bought it, and I'm doing my best to take care of it just as well. So that's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. I'll see you all next time.
Check your body.